Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be going over all of the home decor and things that I've thrifted, a little, thrifted decor tour. So I'm going to be showing you everything that I've thrifted throughout the years. I am the queen of thrifting. I love going to Goodwill, Salvation Army, like any thrift store, I'm there. And throughout the years, I've figured out the elements, like the types of things that I'm drawn to, the types of decor that I'm drawn to. So when I go into the thrift store, I look for things that are wood, I look for things that are brass, gold, wicker, rattan. I like a lot of natural elements. The things that I'm showing you today, I'm going to show you, individually, and then I'll show you how I styled it in my home. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, we have this little elephant. I think it's ceramic, I'm not exactly sure, but you can see that it has lots of animal print. I'm a sucker for animal print. Like, she's Beauty, she's Grace, and we love her. And whenever I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. Yeah, I love the natural elements that it has. It just brings a lot of warmth, a lot of earthiness to the room. I don't know, it just brings me joy. It makes me happy. I love neutrals, I love earth tones. I like things that just make me feel grounded. That's the type of energy. I'm drawn to, like, the energy of things and how it makes me feel. So the next couple things that I thrifted, I got these are like book stopper things, like you put on your bookshelf. I was drawn to it because of the bronzy color to it. I like bronze, I like warm metal tones. I don't like silver, but I do like to mix with like black, gold, bronze, brass, that type of thing. And of course, the way that I styled them, I just put them alongside books on my bookshelf. I love texture. I love the swirly doodahs. I like a Victorian vibe. I kind of, add that element in my home decor, so that's why I really like these. So along with the whole brass, bronze, gold vibe, I came across this little, just tiny decorative vase. It's small, but I like to add small elements because it adds lots of texture when you have some bigger elements, some smaller. Do I have a stain on this? So I like having big pieces, small pieces, because it just adds a lot of texture and a lot of different height and dimension when decorating. Whenever I bought this was filthy. Like, I might still have a picture. If I have the picture, I'll insert it here. But a little barkeeper's friend and your stuff will be good as new. That's one thing. Whenever I come across metals at Goodwill and I see that they're really dirty, I know that they're dirty and gross, but they're like gold or bronze or something underneath, I'll buy it because I'm like, okay, I can clean this up and it'll look great. One thing about me, if I see a candlestick or a candelabra, whatever you want to call it, I buy it instantly. I thrifted 2 of these actually just the other day, and I did just clean these up the other day too. I will insert a picture right here. But I got 2 of them. One of them I have here on my bookshelf, and another one I have on my entryway table. But I did get 2 of them, and I cleaned both of them. I literally was in Goodwill. I actually got these the other day. I was in Goodwill looking around, and one of the employees had the cart. They were like putting stuff out, and I like look over and I saw them like in the middle of everything, and I was with my friend, and I pointed to him because she knows that I like this stuff. I don't know if she saw it, but anyways, I saw on the cart. I was like walking around a little bit more. I went through the metals section again because I had already gone through. I went back through that aisle and I saw them there, and I was like, absolutely, I'm buying these. They were $6.99 each, worth every penny, and they're gorgeous. And these are heavy. Like, these are feels like it's probably about 3 to 5 pounds. Like, it feels like maybe like a 3. It's about 3 pounds. But they're nice. I don't know if anyone out there has seen the movie Clue, but the candlestick that's in Clue, this is what like I picture it to be. And like Clue is like my all-time favorite movie, so if you know, you know. Anytime that I get a candlestick, if I'm using it as like a candlestick, then I'll go to Dollar Tree and I'll buy these little candlesticks and put them in. But if not, sometimes I just use them as is because, they're pretty either way. In my Scrooge era. So the next thing that I thrifted is this little gold stand. I actually use this as a candle stand. But what I like about it is whenever you have it on a shelf, it kind of gives you the height that you want. Like, if you like to decorate and add height to things, but you don't want it all just on one flat level on the top of a shelf, I like these stands because then I can put other decor on top of it. I can put a candle on it, like a regular candle, not like a candlestick, but like a regular candle. That way it's raised, it adds height, it adds dimension, it adds texture, all that good stuff. And of course, it's gold. I love gold. It's warm, it's inviting, it's good energy. I love it. So whenever I see things like this, I'll take it. Now, when I go into Goodwill, I always go to the frame section. Any frame that I have probably bought it from Goodwill. I have the pictures flipped around, but I love thrifting frames, especially big frames, big pictures. The more frames that I thrifted from Goodwill, gold. I always look for gold. This one's empty, but I have a picture that I'm gonna put into it. This one, I love this one. Whenever I saw it, I was like, oh, this is a baby picture of me. I saw this one, I thought it was like really retro looking because of the roundness of it. Like it just gives me retro vibes, which I love. And this one has roses on it. My sister actually thrifted this one for me the other day. I can't wait to put a picture in it. But isn't that gorgeous? I love texture. I love things that add texture, things that add dimension. I love it. And this last frame on my mantle, I didn't thrift this one. I got it from Marshall's, but it has a picture of my cat in it. And I love my cat, so. This next item I actually thrifted recently, like maybe a week or two ago. I saw it up on the shelf and I had to have it, and you'll see why. It is a giant decorative vase. I have no idea where it's from originally, but yeah, I saw this and I had to have it. Obviously it's gold. It has a really cool, like antique-ish, rustic-y kind of, I hate the word rustic because like I'm not very like rustic farmhouse, it's not my vibe, but it has like a worn, weathered, antique look to it, which I like a lot. It looks really gorgeous on my fireplace mantle and it adds a lot of height and dimension. And I actually have it next to this next item that I thrifted, which is this like green like weird vase. It's from Crate and Barrel originally. When I see things from Crate and Barrel that I got from Goodwill, I'm like, score, because Crate and Barrel is very expensive. So I don't know how much this one was originally, but she's gorge and she's pretty and she is green, and I love green. Green is one of my favorite colors. And the last thing that I have decor-wise on my mantle is this candlestick right here. My sister thrifted this the other day when she got the gold rose picture frame that I just showed you. But this looks pretty on its own. It kind of like looks like a trophy on its own, but I have a candlestick for it. I need to get some museum wax. You put it on the bottom of decor and it's supposed to like make it like stick. So I need to get some museum wax for these candlesticks. That way they stay straight instead of like flopping all over the place. And I saw this thing on TikTok where they like melted the bottom of it and then stuck it in. But the thing is, I don't permanently want the candlestick in there. I like to mix it up. So I feel like the museum wax would create a way for me to just like stick it in place, but then I can take it out like sticky tack, like extra sticky tack. So I might have to invest in some of that soon. So here is everything on the mantle that I've thrifted, how I've styled it. It's gorge, it's earthy, it's natural, we love. So the next group of things that I thrifted are going to be from my entryway. All the pictures that are hung up are either thrifted or I thrifted picture frames and I printed pictures to go in it. The big picture in the middle, I saw it and it was just like gorgeous. I am a sucker for Victorian era stylings and things like that. So I thrifted the Victorian portrait. I thrifted the picture with the little cherub, angel babies, whatever you want to call them. I thrifted all of the frames for the rest of the pictures. One of the prints my sister got me from Etsy, and then the rest of the prints I did. I just found pictures that I liked through Walmart and I printed all of them. I think it was like less than $10 to print all the pictures that I printed so far in my house for the frames that I thrifted. And also, I thrifted the table, the entryway table. That was one that I went into Goodwill. I wasn't looking for anything, but I went in. It was 10 a.m. They just opened. I went over to the furniture section. I saw it and I was like kind of on the fence about it, but I knew that I would need an entryway table. So I went up to the clerk, like immediately I went up to the clerk and I was like, hey, there's a table here that I want. And he was like, oh, did you grab the tag for it? And I was like, So we both went back to the table and there was like 2 or 3 other people eyeing it up. So you know what I did? As we were walking up, I like loudly was like, this is the table over here. Like I said it loud enough for everyone to hear, that way they could back off because the table is mine. So I ended up getting that. And then on another day, another Goodwill thrifting trip, I got this standing lamp. Saw it, it had a gold stand, it had like a linen lampshade on it. I had to have it. So literally this whole like section of the entryway is all thrifted, like literally all thrifted. So these next items are items that I thrifted that are on my entryway table. So we have the other candlestick, because the other day I bought 2 of them. This adds nice height. And then we have another gold stand. This I actually have a plant on. It's big, like this is significantly bigger than the other one. So I feel like this is a little bit too big for a candle, depending on how big the candles are. I don't have any candles that are big enough to like make the ratio of candle to stand look right. So I actually have a plant, fake plant on this. It adds height, it adds dimension. brings the eye in. It kind of closes up the gap in between the pictures and the entryway table. The next thing that I have on my entryway table, more gold. I know, I love gold. This little gold, it's not an urn. I already looked in it to make sure there was nothing in it, and there's nothing in it. Of course, she's gold. We love gold. It adds it's a nice different shape. Once again, it adds texture, it adds dimension, adds height. You know, we have some short things, some medium height things, some tall things. It's all pulling together and it's all looking good. The last thing that I have on my entryway table is this little wooden bowl plate set. This I actually use like a drop station, like keys, things like that. And it's wooden. It adds a nice different texture because I love gold, but I also try to add different elements to break up the gold, because when it's just gold, it can kind of look weird. So you need the different textures, different colors, different elements to help balance everything. I thrifted this really pretty geometric mirror with gold siding, of course, but I'm obsessed with this mirror. It adds a lot of nice texture, it adds the color. So the next thing I thrifted, when I saw it in the store, it immediately went into my cart. Something that I've been wanting for a really long time now is a vintage alarm clock. I don't know if you can hear it, but she works. She works. I like the font on it. It's definitely vintage. It's gorgeous. I love it. And it's definitely a piece that I've been wanting for a really, really long time. I was not expecting to find this the last time that I went thrifting, but I did. And literally it was the best day of my life. Now, the next thing that I thrifted, I went to Goodwill and I came across this granny square blanket. This was before I knew how to crochet, okay? I know it's been a while since I have made a YouTube video or whatever, it's been a couple years, but anyways, so since then I've learned how to crochet. I bought this long before that, and it has all the colors that I'm obsessed with, greens and browns and orangey, coppery tones. This is me in a blanket. Unfortunately, someone just gave this away. Someone's hard-earned time making this blanket, because as a crocheter, I know that this took months, depending on how long someone sits and does it, but something like this could take months to make. And they just gave it to Goodwill and I got it for $2.99. Now I can make them because I know how to crochet, and she's a crochet queen. I might have to do another video of all the things that I've crocheted since I learned last year, because now I literally go into a store and I'm I can make that. Literally, I could make this if I wanted to. But luckily someone else did for me, and I found it long before I knew how to crochet. So my sisters have children. So one thing that I wanted to get at my house for whenever the children are over is I wanted to get books. So went to Goodwill, the best place to find children's books. And I swear I struck gold that day finding all of the fall, autumn core books, because we have Apples and Pumpkins, okay? We have Froggy's Halloween. This was a banger. I don't know if you remember, but it was a banger. We have Franklin is Lost. I love the art style in the Franklin books. It's very cottage, forest, core, moss, turtle, tortoise and hare type of vibe, you know? Speaking of tortoise and hare, we have Tortoise and the Hare. And then the last one, we have Spooky Riddles, October, Halloween. We love fall in this house. And the day that I was getting all these books, I was you know what? I'm getting all these books, but I need somewhere to put them. Literally, I went to Goodwill, found these books, and in my head, I'm oh, I should probably buy a book holder or something. I walk over, same day, okay? I walk over to the furniture section, and I come across a magazine holder, a vintage magazine holder. Oh, this is a little tote bag that I made for my nephew because he has play wooden food, so I made him a tote bag. I told you I'm in my crochet era, okay? So yeah, I found this and I was oh my god, this is the best thing that could have ever happened. I can't believe it. I literally manifested that. I wanted books and I needed a book holder, and here it was. And yeah, it was meant to be. I can't wait to get more books to fill up for the children. So this next thing I thrifted, I actually have in my bathroom, little gold knot type of thing. Yeah, I saw this at Goodwill a few weeks ago and I was oh, she's cute. I can find somewhere to style this. And I did. And I actually ended up styling it in my bathroom, where I actually have 3 picture frames that I have in my bathroom. I went to Goodwill one day, of course, story of my life. They have a grab bag section where they'll have miscellaneous things all in one. I found a grab bag of small gold picture frames. So I used 3 of them to put prints in my bathroom, and I have this in my bathroom. So yeah, the frames and this gold knot I got from Goodwill, and then the fake plants I got from Marshall's. The little wooden elephant thing was actually from my grandmother. So yeah, that's how I styled it in my bathroom. So the last thing that I'm gonna show you that I thrifted, it wasn't like I bought it from Goodwill or like a thrift store. I actually bought it off of Craigslist, and it's my dining room table right behind me. Yeah, I got this dining room table off of Craigslist. You can see my little filming setup there. But yeah, I got this table and 4 chairs off of Craigslist. And it was like a match made in heaven. Like, we were in the process of closing on the house, and I was like, you know, kind of perusing, looking for furniture because I knew that we would need it. And I came across this table set, and it was meant to be. So there's actually one more thing that I bought secondhand. It wasn't from the thrift store, but I bought it off of Craigslist. And it's this giant mirror. I got it for 30 bucks on Craigslist. Usually a mirror like this is easily over $100. It is literally huge. Like, floor and the ceiling is there. Like, it's a big mirror. So this was like a really, really cool, really awesome find, because like, it's so hard to find big mirrors like this without spending $1 million. Well, there you guys have it. That is all of my home decor that I have thrifted. Keep in mind, this is just all of the non-seasonal decor that I've thrifted, okay? This is my all year round decor that I've thrifted. You better bet that I have fall decor, I have Christmas decor. Those will be coming when it's the season, so be prepared for that. And yeah, I am always thrifting. I'm always looking for pieces to add to my home. I love thrifting and I love home decor. Some people like to thrift for the clothes, which I love thrifting for clothes. I actually thrifted this sweater that I'm wearing right now. For me, I'm like, home decor is where it's at. Now, if you like this video, if you like me, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, then go ahead and subscribe, because we're in our rebrand era. We're thriving. We are becoming a new person. We are changing effervescently. We are always on to the next thing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.